3 females were elected on the new board to serve the St. Kitts Amateur Radio Society for the next 2 years. One of such female is Miss Patricia-Isaac Williams, who was elected president. Today we welcome Mistress Patricia-Isaac Williams to Good Morning SKN to learn about her involvement in the SKN Amateur Radio Society. Good morning, Patricia, and welcome.
Good morning.
First off, congratulations. And what were your thoughts being elected as president?
Thoughts were all over the place, actually. Okay. I was teased about being elected. I didn't think they would actually go through in doing it. So when it actually took place, I was, at awe. But at the same time, I just thank them for having that confidence to give me that position.
Lovely, lovely.
Well, congratulations indeed. So the question that I had for you, knowing that this organization is almost 50 years old, I asked you about the membership of the organization, whether it was just a bunch of random people from all walks of life coming together, sharing in this hobby, or was there more to it? Are there specific services that your organization provides?
Yes. It is different people from different walks of life. That is a part of the society. But one of the services that we do provide to the community is during what we call our hurricane season. We know that when the hurricane comes, communication can be lost. With amateur radio, we provide what we call emergency service communication. So we are there as one means of communication. Should communication be lost, we are there to help to provide that service, both within St. Kitts and around the region.
I was going to say around the region, definitely, because we've been blessed in the last few years not to have, those devastating hurricanes.
Amen.
So your organization is actually put to work. That's interesting.
What does the organization motto, Friendship Over the Waves, mean?
That's a good question. It's strange because sometimes you go on the radio, you don't know who you're going to come in contact with.
Okay.
You go on and you just call out your call sign and seeking someone to answer. And you can gain answer from someone anywhere, practically within the world.
Okay.
So, and in communicating with that person, you keep that communication, you end up, becoming friends because you keep communicating with each other. You share what we call QSL cards with each other, so you keep that friendship and you build more and more friends as you speak on the radio. You can speak to people in any part of the world, actually.
For our viewing audience that do not know what's a QSL card, can you expound on that for us?
It's, in amateur radio, it's called a QSL card. In normal life, it's something like what you call a postcard.
Oh, okay.
So, you have a friend in Argentina, and they send you a postcard of maybe a historic site in Argentina. So the QSL card is basically something like that. They send you one with maybe a historic thing and what they have on it with a call sign as well.
Okay.
So it just shows them that you've communicated, and you also would give them what we call your readability, like how they receive you, whether it was well or you had a little, so it all depends. It has a few information on it when you get it.
Okay.
That sounds so fascinating. It's a new way to communicate. Forget pen pals. Right, so we understand that within your organization, you are referred to as, and I want to make sure I get this right, is it 44 or 44? V44 PAT.
Yes.
What does that mean? I can sense what the PAT means, but what does the rest of it mean?
Like I mentioned to you before, the call sign that was assigned to the society when it was founded was VP2, but it was changed after independence to V4, which represents Bastille or St. Kitts. So V44 is the prefix for St. Kitts. So once you call out on your radio and you say V44, they would have an idea that it's coming from within this part of the world. PAT, of course, is Pat, shortened term for my name, which is Papa Alpha Tango. So if I'm going to call out to someone, I will go on there and I will say, V44, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, this is V44, Papa Alpha Tango. So that person, once they have their radio on, would hear my call, and once they're able to respond, they will then respond to me. There's multiple call signs out there, actually.
V44 KMC.
Oh,
I'm predicting.
look at that.
I'm predicting.
This is one of our radios. This is called a handheld.
Okay.
As you can see, it's on a frequency which built to our repeater, which is 146.820. So once it's on that frequency, we'll hit our repeater.
Okay.
And we would be able to communicate back and forth.
Okay.
I can try and reach out to someone for you so that you can see or hear what it's all about. V44 Mike Sierra, this is V44 Papa Alpha Tango, over. Yes,
Papa Alpha Tango, Mike Sierra.
A pleasant good morning to you, sir. How are you doing today?
Good morning to you. Victor 44. Papa Alpha Tango, Victor 44, Mike Sierra. Thanks for asking. Very well, Tiffany, okay? Just having a late breakfast, that's all over.
Oh, roger that. I'm here on
Good morning,
SKN.
Live.
Live. So I'm just reaching out to you so you can say hi to the folks here at Studio 327. Over.
Thank you very much for the first good morning to all. Victor 44, Mike Sierra. And the name here is Milton. Over.
Roger that. Thank you very much, Mike Sierra. Do have a wonderful day. 7-3 to you.
So this radio, is this is the one you use particularly when we have hurricanes?
No, this one is more portable.
Okay.
They use what we call a base radio. It's much bigger.
Okay.
Something like this one, but it's a
Okay.
little bigger. You actually just have it a set point.
Okay.
Most persons try to get one that they can move around with.
Okay.
This is the much
What-
easier one
easier.
to walk around with.
Okay.
Most the bigger ones, you would have a lot more stuff because you have to connect your antennas and all of that to
Oh,
them.
okay, got
So
you.
those are what we call a base radio, where they keep in what they call a shack.
Okay.
Most men build what they call a shack so that they don't have it in the house create, because you see it has a lot of
Yeah.
noise.
And feedback.
Right. So it's not necessarily the feedback. It's just because the waves are going to the repeater, so you
Oh.
have to wait for it to actually
Okay,
get you to
understood.
before you can come to. Otherwise, they wouldn't hear you once. So if you talk while you're hearing that noise, they wouldn't hear you.
Okay.
So you have to wait until it's completed.
Okay.
It's quite an interesting demo. You have other equipment here, don't you?
Sorry.
You have other equipment here.
Other equipment.
Yes, so that
This is
works
also-
with it?
No,
that
this
what
is
it
a different. This is a different radio. This one is a portable one as well. This is a portable one. This one you put in your purse, but this one is a portable one as well. It can do the same. It does the same thing this one does.
You said put in my purse, but how do I get the antenna down?
It can be.
Don't
it
encourage
can
her.
be.
Okay,
can be
it
removed.
attaches.
Yes,
Okay,
it
just
can
making
be.
sure because I'm just thinking that
It can
cannot
be.
work for my
It can be.
purse.
There is a shorter one as well that it
Okay.
comes with, so
Okay,
it
no
can be
problem.
detached.
If you're missing that after today, you know where it went. Just say. Right. So, Mrs. Isaac Williams, although your election was recently, was recent enough, have you devised any plans for 2022 going forward
Yes.
that you'd
yeah.
like to share with us?
Sure, no problem. One of my aims, as I mentioned a little earlier, is to try and get us into a more permanent location so we can have an actual headquarters.
Okay.
More permanent, because if at any point we say you have to move, we move where we would go. So we're working on obtaining a permanent headquarters. As I stated, we are also working on putting plans together for our 50th anniversary. One of them is also the awareness to the community so that other persons can become a part of the society. Being a non-profit organization, we try to encourage others to become a part of it. It's a really nice thing to be a part of.
I can tell.
So, Ms. Isaac, what advice can you provide for aspiring women that desire to enter your field?
I would encourage them to go on. It's something, like I said, I didn't think I would be a part of it because it wasn't something that I was involved in prior to going to the training with my husband. But being a part of it, it is something that is real, entertaining, and it offers a lot of insight to a lot of things that you may not be aware of. It allows you to know that you can communicate regardless of where you are, and in the world you can communicate with anyone at any point in time. So it's a really nice field to be a part of, and I will encourage anyone and everyone to become a part of it.